Hi, Leigh Farnell here from Leading Your Best Life. And in this session, I want to help you if you're in the business of selling, particularly business-to-business selling, and how to not lose sales. And the reason I say it is because I did not get a sale the other day, and I was very angry about it. So I want to share with you about what to learn there. Stay with me. Well, let me share with you what I'm looking at my journal right now after one of my meditations. All these notes came out. There's so many pages of notes. I'm calling it the jerk around Jack lesson. The guy's name's not Jack, but I got the jerk around. Has anyone ever had that in sales where you thought you had a deal done, you had an agreement in place, you were really just using the proposal to finalise, you thought it was all in the bag and it was just to follow the process, join the dotted lines and you're going to get the business, and then something came up at the last minute that blew it out of the water and you didn't get it? Well, that happened to me the other day. And mate, I'm 66 years of age, and it happened. Of course, some of my hardcore clothes went, oh, that just shows you're not very good at sales, mate. If you did what I did, I'm a superhero. I made so many sales back in the 80s, you just won't believe. You're just a babe in the woods. Yeah, thanks for that, bud. Or was that the voice in my head talking? I'm not sure. But the jerk around Jack, this is what happened. I met this guy. We was one of our lifter meetings, and I was talking about POMVIC, the sales system we use, and selling on value, not just selling hours, but selling based on the value of the client. In other words, if you're helping someone make $10 million with your service, that's a different fee than if you're helping someone make $10. Might be the same process roughly, but if you're helping someone make $10 million, then you want to be charging accordingly. It's called value. What difference are you making? So here, this fellow asked me, he said, Leigh, can we get together and talk about that? Because I'm just sick of selling on time and, missing out on deals. I said, great. So we had a meeting and we went through and I quantified and I followed my POMVIC process and I said, okay, so let's set a time for me to come and meet with you with the plan. Now, I said, if I come up with a plan that this is called, we qualify. If I come up with a plan, this is a qualification process, so you're not going to waste your time. If I come up with a plan that solves those problems, you can see that it's going to solve those problems. You can see it's in that ballpark budget we spoke about, so we're in the ballpark. There's no surprises over fee, and you can see how it's going to get a fantastic outcome. In fact, get some of those, a multiple of 3 to 5 times your investment or even 10 times your investment, and you feel comfortable and happy with that. Would you be happy to sign off on that and go ahead with it? He says, yes. Now, what I could have or should have said even more was, so listen, I'm going to go back. I'm literally going to spend hours and hours costing this out, mapping this out. We're going to come back with a range of options. So let me know now if you're not committed to this at all. In fact, I even asked him how committed was he to it. He said he was a 9 or a 10. So I did a whole range of things. Lesson. 2 weeks go by. We have the meeting, and I go through the plan. Yep. He had some questions. And I must say, in NLP terms, we talk about sensory acuity. Did I feel he was with me? It just wasn't as comfortable as that first meeting. So we get right through, and he goes, well, I'm not sure how that's going to actually solve my problems for me. I said, but hang on. We just agreed. Problem A, this is how we're going to solve it. Yeah, can you agree? Yeah, well, that makes sense. Problem B, this is how we're going to do it, and that's going to solve that. Can you see that? Yeah. And problem C, we're going to do, and can you see? Yeah, I can. I said, so what's the problem? Well, Leigh, it's a lot of money, but we've already agreed I'm taking the risk out of it in that if it doesn't make money, I'm the one going to wear the risk for you. So where's the problem? And this is where it all came out. Well, Leigh, what's actually happened, to be honest with you, to be honest, when someone says to be honest with you, what are they really saying? You mean there's other times where I'm not honest with you? It's a bit like trust me. Well, why wouldn't I trust you? But to be honest with you, oh boy. To be honest with you, what's happened is a mate of mine who's a highly paid consultant, charges tens of thousands of dollars a month, is happy and wants to come and work with us and solve these problems for us. So I've decided to go with him. Oh, really? You can imagine my blood pressure. What? So I said, well, you've decided to go with him? Yeah. So why did we have this meeting? Well, I just wanted to hear what you had to say. Oh, really? Can you imagine? My lizard brain was almost bursting out of my head. I'm going, Leigh, be enlightened, calm down, stay present. show emotional intelligence as distinct from wanting to jump across the table and like bash him. Of course, you can't do that in a boardroom, and it's not acceptable behaviour anyway. So I said, this is what, Jack, his name's not Jack, but Jack, mate, I'm really confused. I thought we had an agreement that if I put a plan together, you're going to get, I know, but it changed. Well, okay, Jack, let me tell you this. I don't like losing, and I don't like wasting. I don't think I said I don't like wasting my time. I think in my head I was saying that. But I was jerked around at age 66. How did I allow myself to do that? Now, I've got to say, I had the feeling at about the week mark that the costings were actually going to be a bit lower than I'd originally told him. So I was thinking I was going to ring him and just say, listen, Jack, just to let you know, I've done the costings on this and it's actually lower than I thought. So are you okay with that? I should have listened to my intuition, but I didn't. So what I've done since, because how do I turn this negative to a positive? How do I turn this negative? Now, you may be sitting there going, well, what you could have done was, what you should have done was, and how you could turn that to a positive is, yeah, sure, fantastic. There's probably 100 different things I could have done, but the thing I'm learning, and yes, we say turn every setback into an improvement for the system. Turn every setback into an opportunity to improve the system. Turn every setback into an opportunity to Kaizen it, continuous and never-ending improvement. So, what I've done here is made the note. Before I go to write the proposal, I'm going to do the tell me now phone call. The tell me now phone call. The tell me now phone call is to just check. Tell me now. I'm about to actually put a pile of time into the proposal or the quote or the submission or whatever it is. Now, when we actually spoke a couple of weeks ago or a week ago, you said you needed A, B, C, D. Is that still the same? Has anything changed since we last met? So that if I put all this time together, and what you're going to now do is re-qualify them and recommit them. So if I put this plan together that meets those needs, solves those problems for you, it's within the budget and ballpark that we spoke about, we mitigate the risk, and we can give you a 3 to 5 to 10 times return on investment, will you be happy to give it the green light and go ahead? Tell me now. Tell me now. Man to man, person to person, human to human, honourable person to honourable person. What we're doing is we're putting in place the principle of consistency and commitment. We want them to verbalise yes or no, and or flush out the objection. So tell me now, if I'm going to put all this time together into the costing and the proposal, match your problems with our solution, match your goals with processes and systems that will guarantee, assuming you work the system, and I show you how that's done, I can show you how you're going to get the return on investment, make sure it's within that budget and that ballpark, will you give it the green light? Will you say yes to that? Please tell me now. Are there any other doubts you have, or any other people or issues or concerns that have come into it? Flush it out. So let me just ask again. So on a scale of 1 to 10, how committed are you to making this happen? How keen are you to work with me? Or even more importantly, how would you justify to yourself saying yes? In other words, you're doing a whole lot of qualifying and trial closing, even to the point where, why would you bother working with me and not someone else? Ask those questions over the phone. And now, ideally, you do the same in that first meeting. So really all you're doing is re-asking, but has anything changed? Tell me now. Tell me now. So you don't waste time, so you don't get the jerk around, and you know that you go there with that proposal, you go there with that plan, and you present it. Now, by the way, some of you have listened to other podcasts where I've said, do not email plans. You must control the process. You must control the process. You must control the process. You must facilitate the buyer journey. You are facilitating the buying state, and you certainly don't control or facilitate a buying state sending a document. If it's for 20 or 50 or 100 bucks, it's a printer cartridge, yeah, sure. But once you're talking business to business and you're talking thousands of dollars, tens of thousands of dollars, hundreds of thousands of dollars, you just send that, you're being a complete and utter idiot. It's primary school behaviour instead of Olympic athlete or even A-grade behaviour. So I've written some other points in here, the sell me why me piece. I'm talking about the matching page in the proposal, the are you willing to invest in yourself questions, the when was the last time you invested 20,000 or 30,000 or whatever your fee is in the company, are you committed to these problems, etc. There's so many great things that I've got here. So thank you to Jerk Around Jack for raising these points. We always want to thank the universe for these learning experiences. We say there's no such thing as failure. There's only feedback. There's no such thing as failure. There's only learning experiences. So thank you, Jerk Around Jack. I'm going to be a better player as a result of this. You know, diamonds are formed under pressure. Thank you for that. And I'm not saying get you back because that would be so immature. I will learn from this and be a better player because of it. So thanks for that, Jack. And all the best with your mate. And whatever you're doing there. Do you think I need therapy on this, folks? Someone help me with this, please. I'm sure any of you who've put tons of time into a proposal and thought, as I say, we had an agreement. I thought we had an agreement. I assumed we had an agreement. You know what assume means? Makes an ass out of you and me. And so as a result of assuming and not taking action, it's cost me. Well, no, cost me? No, Leigh, turn it around. It's a learning experience. All you Buddhists and so on say, Leigh, well, it's a good learning. Stay calm, stay enlightened. That's what I'm doing. Hope this helps you lead your best life, particularly in regard to leading your best life when it comes to sales, business-to-business sales, and putting your time in places where you get the best return on investment. Hope this helps. Love you for listening. I'm Leigh Farnell, leading your best life. Share this around if you think it's of value, and I look forward to seeing you in the next episode. See you next time. I'm Leigh Farnell.